This really has been an incredible series, and we've seen the Jazz and Donovan Mitchell and him going back and forth, but I want to focus on Murray. Who does his game most remind you of?
Wow, it's hard to say because he's just he's been a scoring machine, shooting 58% from the field, 57% from three-point range. I don't even have words. I've thought about cats like Dwayne Wade. I thought a little bit like Kobe based on how he's looked the last 3 games. I've gone back to the watching him stroke, shooting, hitting 9 of 3, 12 threes last night. I've thought about Ray Allen. I've thought about Allen Houston. I really don't know the answer to that question, believe it or not, but because there's so many people to pick up. It depends on what game he brings. Some nights he's relatively passive during the regular season. Didn't have a 40-point game this regular season. Last 3 games he scores 50, 42, and then drops another 50 last night. He's been absolutely sensational. With make no mistake about it, and his handle and his athleticism are underrated as well. So I would say the Kobe's and D Wades of the world, if you're just going by the last 3 games, I'd lean more towards a Ray Allen and an Allen Houston if you're just taking his regular season performances into consideration. But considering what he's doing in the postseason, is superstar written all over him. I'm kind of wondering when the hell Utah is going to start doubling and getting the damn ball out of his hands, because I completely agree with Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal and what they were highlighting last night. Get the damn ball out of his hands, for crying out loud. He's shooting 57% from 3, 58% from 3-point from the field, rather. Get the damn ball out of his hands and make somebody else beat you. I don't understand why on too many occasions the guys had one-on-one coverage on him. But nevertheless, he is special. As I've acknowledged all season long, the brother he's a special kind of basketball player. He can shoot the rock. He can handle. He's got athleticism and what have you. And I think that Denver's going to find a way to win this series. I predicted they would win this series to begin with. But Utah obviously is really, really tough. And Donovan Mitchell is an absolute stud, averaging 38 himself. This brother is something special. But Jamal Murray is as well. That's all I can tell you.
Dwayne Wade's a good call, a combo guard who can really fill it up and plays under pressure in the playoffs so far. My thought went to Kyrie Irving, although Kyrie Irving's already a champion and has a bad reputation at this point as a locker room guy in terms of the effect he has on the chemistry of teams. Damian Lillard, because Lillard has a good reputation that way, but he's not. There's not a perfect comp for him. But I got to say, excuse me, Jamal Murray. I've been saying, look, Jokic is clearly the best player on this team. And if Jamal Murray were as good as that, if they had 2 near MVP candidates, they'd be a real title threat. In fact, Jamal Murray's the best player on this team right now, and that's saying a lot because Jokic is a bad dude. And Jamal Murray is playing like the best player on a championship team right now, and he has another near MVP with him. That makes me think about that entire team differently. Murray has been, and what he and Donovan Mitchell have been doing, guys. Remember when I said it's the only real rivalry? I mean, is that hyperbolic? I guess, but let's see Kawhi and LeBron actually link up when they're both the alphas of the team. Like when Kawhi has all this responsibility now, not back in the day when he was a piece of the Spurs. When he's the main guy, let's see him and LeBron link up. LeBron and Kobe never linked up in the playoffs. We wanted to see that, but by the time these dudes are linking up in the first round right now, oh my God. And they're putting on a performance. Guys, I can't remember a Game 7 of a first-round series I look more forward to than this, where there's been performances by 2 guys that basically do the same thing for their teams, who are going back and forth and elevating each other's games like this. Every time one guy goes to a level, you go, well, you can't be better than that. The other guy answers and raises it, and then the other guy answers and raises it. It is remarkable. Jamal Murray's remarkable. I knew he was already good. I thought he'd be excellent because he's still very young. I think he just turned 22. I thought he was going to maybe be a great player one day. Right now, you can't play better than this dude is playing. It's insane how well Jamal Murray is playing. So I get the Dwayne Wade comparison. Maybe I go with Kyrie or Damian Lillard, though he's a little bigger. I don't think there's a perfect comparison. This dude and Donovan Mitchell are putting on a show for the ages.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.